Why, hello there. Hello there, Soul Fam. Here I am, Jay with the Tarot Nook. All right, and this reading here is going to be for the 28th to the 5th of July. All right. So happy July 4th. Okay. Happy July 4th. All right. The day of independence. What makes it very special indeed is 250 years. 250 years since we have ultimately been the US of A. How fascinating is that, right? When it comes down to it, um, we've come such a long way. All right. And we're just going to be ultimately going further and further and further by people ultimately uniting together to bring on exactly what we demand, and that is rights and liberty and justice for all and not the select few. That's what makes this country so great. All right. So, with all that being said, it is going to be a beautiful week. All right. Something very special is happening tomorrow. Well, yeah, it's tomorrow. The strawberry moon. All right. It's a full moon in Capricorn. All right. First off, strawberry, it's called strawberry moon because the Algonquin tribe. I'm pretty sure it was the Algonquin tribe. Ultimately, thought it was the best night to ultimately harvest the strawberries. All right. Now, what makes a strawberry so special? All right. What? It's a fruit. It's a berry where the only berry where the seeds grow on the outside. All right. Now, with it being a full moon in Capricorn, all right. Full moon's the completion of a cycle, right? The ending, the last phase of a moon until we get to a new moon, right? And it's a kind of situation overall with it being Capricorn. Capricorns are very structured. Capricorns are the boss, like boss energy, right? They're very, very structured. They're very orderly. They need things done a specific way. However, they are very loyal and very dedicated to the ones that they care about, the ones they love, and they're very dedicated to themselves, are very driven. And it's a kind of energy overall with that kind of energy ultimately coming into a full completion with the strawberry moon. All right. It's ultimately showing that we're taking ourselves seriously. This is the energy that's coming forward. We're getting serious. All right. Strawberries with the seeds growing on the outside. I feel as if like all of those seeds, I'm seeing there's sprouts coming from the outside of those strawberries, like, new growth, right? And I feel as if it's all external. All right. This here is an energy unlike any other. All right. I mean, overall, expect miracles. Expect miracles. Expect, this growth to ultimately be so like, like external to the point where all of a sudden things are going to start happening. All right, when you grow, when you match the energy that the universe is ultimately, heading your way, it's up to you to activate it, right? It's like all of a sudden, energy is ultimately balanced, right? And it's at that balance when we're at our most powerful. You know what I mean? I feel as if we're feeling our power and we're making the moves we need to make. We're making those dreams come true. All right. Expect a lot of fruitful beginnings with this ending because it's with this drive that Capricorn has where success is guaranteed. All right. It's all about matching the energy and allowing ourselves to ultimately be a part of something greater. And that is our destiny. We're taking our destiny seriously. We're taking ourselves seriously. We know exactly what we need in our lives and we're going to go for it. Nothing will stop us. Nothing will hold us back. Why? Because we got that boss energy. All right. Now, in regards to crystal of the week, all right, I'm seeing Septarian, all right, is going to be the crystal. This has been the crystal multiple weeks in a row. However, this is the stone of warrior. This is the crystal of a warrior. Overall, this is exactly who we are. This is exactly, who we've become. Like like Septarian is one of my favorite stones because it's what happens when lava comes and when lava ultimately crystallizes, you know? It's the energy where we are allowing ourselves to really, really, really see that all of the things in our lives, all of the mistakes that we've made, all of the victories that we've ultimately, accomplished. Like I feel as if like it's turned us into rock full of grounding. Like it's like we're warriors, you know. So this Septarian is the crystal of the warrior. All right, it's a pretty common crystal. You can find that at multiple crystal shops wherever you're looking to ultimately get um whatever kind. They come in nodules, they come in palm stones, they come in um, little pocket stones. So yeah, the pairing's pretty easy to find. So let's see what we got in the deck. All right. Immediately, the devil with the Knight of Cups. The devil is indeed Capricorn energy. What is this saying with the King of Cups? With the love that we have for ourselves, we're breaking the chains that ultimately only Capricorns can. You know what I mean? Um, Wow, that's very powerful. Spirit, what do we need to know for our greatest good? Let's see what we got here. Right. Anything else? All right. So at the bottom of the deck, all right, we got the Eight of Wands. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. This is very powerful. All right. First off, the Eight of Wands is good news coming in, and it's coming in very fast. This week is going to be an amazing, amazing week. It really will be an amazing week. Why? Because I feel as if like we're getting real with ourselves. You know, with the King of Swords takes no shit. All right, he comes in ruling his kingdom with nothing but the utmost clarity and victory, full of ambition and power. It's the kind of energy, like this is us knowing exactly what we need to do, and this is us following through. All right, I feel as if with the Eight of Cups, we finally are waking up and realizing that we have to step away from the things that have been holding us back. In some cases, we've been holding ourselves back, and I have a feeling that has to do with a fairy tale ending. I feel as if like there are things in our lives that we're ultimately meant to accept, and I feel as if this week is the week when we take control of the things that have been holding us back to welcome in the rest of our lives. All right. I'm telling you, beautiful, beautiful energy with good news coming in fast. I'm telling you, this week is going to be a week where we are ultimately going to be seeing that we know exactly what we need to do. The Ace of Swords is no questioning our thoughts, knowing as clear as day that we are victorious over the overthinking. It's like all of a sudden we understand and we know with all of our hearts and all of our minds that the direction we're going in is the right direction. All right. See, there's the devil along with the Seven of Pentacles. All right. With this power we've been able to find within inside us, with this victory of over our overthinking, and with the growth that the Seven of Pentacles brings, my friends, we are nipping these addictions that we've been ultimately carrying with us, we're nipping it in the bud. It's like we're taking control with that King of Swords energy, with that Ace of Swords energy. All right. We understand what will feed our fire. We know what will dull our fire. And we're no longer entertaining the energy that will dull our fire. All right. I'm seeing us not putting water to the flames, us putting gasoline to the flames. That fire, that drive, that passion to succeed is ultimately just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. All right. And it's in this letting go of these patterns that we're setting ourselves free. With the King of Swords to the Eight of Cups, it's like all of a sudden we know what we need to do. We're leaving behind the energy that does not serve us to walk towards the energy that will bring us the rest of our lives. All right. This is when shit gets real. All right. With the Knight of Pentacles, with the Knight of Cups, and with the Death card. All right. First off, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Pentacles is money, Cups is love. Love and money run on the same frequency. So, what are we doing, my friends? We're taking action based upon knowing exactly what will bring us the right kind of love and what will bring us the right kind of stability. All right. This is us really taking control, putting things into a new perspective where ultimately we understand we're taking action. We got the Ace of Swords for gosh sakes, you know? The Death card. The Death card there is ultimately saying that this is a rebirth. Like all of a sudden this week, we're going to be looking at exactly, where we once were to where we are today. And we're going to be seeing that this has been a journey of a rebirth of self, a rediscovery of exactly who we are and who we've always been meant to be. Looking back at the past, seeing why things have ended. Things have ended to only bring on these beginnings, and these new beginnings are coming forward in full force. Why? Because we're taking action, because we understand what we need to do to step out of that feeling of, you know, feeling safe within those patterns and those addictions. It's like we understand that we need more than that. We've grown. This is what you call ultimate growth, my friends. I feel as if with the world, it's the completion of a cycle. All right. The world, it's the completion of a cycle, my friends. A full moon, a completion of a cycle. This full moon is unlike any full moon. All right, I'm telling you. And this is the only cup that came forward in reverse. All right, it's like we've come to a completion of a cycle where we allowed sadness to take over. And with the Ace of Swords and with the King of Swords, all right, we're learning how to work with a new set of thinking. All of a sudden, like now that we're ultimately victorious over our overthinking, we're training our minds to ultimately think in a specific way, new downloads, new information. I feel as if like we're no longer thinking the same way. We're no longer looking at the cups half empty. We're looking at the cups as half full. Like it's the kind of energy, my friends. We are ultimately this is a death and rebirth kind of situation. All right. It's very powerful with the Three of Swords, with the Ten of Pentacles, and with the Queen of Swords, right? We got the Queen and the King of Swords. All right, that's the power couple when it comes to getting shit into a new perspective. Putting things, you know, in order, only speaking truth to ourselves, not lying to ourselves, living our truth, owning that power to be living in our truth. And it's with the King and the Queen of Swords, my friends, that we've conquered the Three of Swords. This is ultimately Spirit saying, we have said goodbye to the heartache. We have said goodbye to the sadness. And we are ultimately stepping forward to the rest of our lives. We got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Love and money. Once again, we got the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Love and money, right? I feel as if we're taking action based upon what will bring us this happily ever after full of love and money. All right. It's in this action that we're taking. And with this victory, this victory over the overthinking, that we're ultimately saying goodbye to the sadness. We're ultimately saying goodbye to the heartache. We're saying goodbye to the mind fucks. And we're allowing ourselves to see clearly. And what is in that clarity, my friends? Nothing but the utmost happiness, nothing but health, nothing but drive, nothing but dedication to ourselves, not having to ultimately, look for advice, with every single person that we know exactly what will do good for us. And I feel as if we're really waking up, all right, with the Queen of Pentacles, all right, it's like we're giving birth to a new kind of prosperity that is ultimately bringing on calm, bringing on movement, bringing on dedication to ourselves and ourselves alone. Yes, we think about other people, but we got a lot of swords. All right, we got a lot of swords. We got a lot of cups. Like, I feel as if this is a healing kind of energy on such a high level. All right, it's like we're sit in the devil lied the three of swords and the five of cups. We felt safe in lingering in the heartbreak because it's ultimately what we got used to, you know? And I feel as if like we're finally waking up and realizing we cannot do this to ourselves any longer. You know, we have to be our own best friend. And that's why things are happening right now. That's why that's why the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles is happening right now, because you've grown, because you are no longer the same person you once were. Okay? And know that there's nothing but good news coming forward. This is spirit rewarding us. All right? This is spirit saying, you know what? You've been through enough. This is us being rewarded for all the healing and the love that we've ultimately been able to acquire over this journey that we call our lives. You know, like it really is so fascinating to see how far we've come, really. And we're reaping the rewards. All right. July 4th, all right, is going to be 250 years since we signed that declaration. Right. And it's the kind of situation that was the beginning to our country. You know, that was the beginning to our country. And it has been quite the journey. And it still is quite the journey. But we have that liberty and that justice for all in this country, regardless on how some want to ultimately try to push us back. We're ultimately moving forward. Why? Because we know exactly what we deserve in the land of the free and the home of the brave, right? I'm telling you that this entire week is full of nothing but passion, full of nothing but dedication, and full of nothing but action to step forward on a pathway called the rest of our lives. All right, this is going to be a very powerful week. All right, a very powerful week. Let's see what we need to know. See, the fire fairy. All right, creative action and optimism. We're optimistic, we're taking action because we know we are protected. We know that we have found balance and justice, liberty and justice for all, right? And that's bringing on so much joy and so much beauty and so many feelings and emotions that will ultimately help us connect not just towards, spirit, but towards ourselves in multiple ways, building these new foundations, grounding, really thinking and taking action based upon physical health. We're not allowing fear to get the best of us. All right. With the novice, all right, it's a new skill without practice, unstable curiosity, innocence, beginner. This is in reverse. We are not afraid of we're not afraid of making mistakes. We understand that we have built healthy boundaries with the cat, and we are bringing on nothing but the utmost enchantment in storytelling. Sweet victory, my friends. This is sweet victory. This is what you call gentleness, and this is what is ultimately coming forward, the Grail Knight. Romance seeking the sacred and illusion. All right. Like all of a sudden, something's gonna happen where the mystery, like the mystery in regards to why things have been happening the way they have been, come forward. We're gonna find out exactly why it's been such a mystery. We've transformed. We're allowing ourselves to ultimately see what will bring us that feeling of justice. The cow asking, and we shall be receiving. All right. This very powerful. All right. Like that is so powerful. Do you not feel that energy? That energy is so powerful. All right. Let's see what's in the Priestess of the Light. I'm only messing the name of this deck up. I don't know. It's something like that. Let's see what we need to know for our greatest good. All right. So, deep emotions, past life influences. All right. We're having an awakening and stepping through a portal where the angels are there waiting to guide us. All right. We have our friends. All right. We have that feeling of support to help us through this feeling of a phoenix rising. This is a rebirth. All right. I feel as if like it's like we're harvesting these blessings. All right. We've achieved like this is some we've achieved a part of our lives. It's like just massive achievement. We've achieved what we once upon a time thought was impossible. We've found out that the impossible is indeed possible. All right, we've achieved, and we're feeling that feeling of paradise and garden. I'm telling you, like something is coming forward, my friends, and what's coming forward is something that is of paradise. All right, you've been able to achieve something phenomenal and fantastic. Why? Because you've been able to trust yourself and trust in spirit. All right. I mean, it's like the things that once upon a time were obstacles are no longer obstacles. All right. I have a feeling that there's going to be a soul connection coming forward this week. All right. A soul partner is coming forward. All right. That could either mean and that's twin flames. All right. I feel as if for a lot of us, there could be love coming forward. Someone is coming in with some kind of message. All right. With that Ace of Swords, with the King of Swords, with the Queen of Swords. All right. The King of Swords is living in his truth, bringing on nothing but clarity and victory over his overthinking. The Queen of Swords gives birth to resilience, communication. Swords is all about communication and thinking, right? So no one understand that there could very well be, a message coming forward. That's what I'm hearing. A message could be coming forward this week, all right? Where ultimately you're going to be feeling that feeling of being able to see your future. It's like something is opening for us. All right, building your world, creation and expansion. There's something beginning. Yeah, see? New creations. All right. Along with Divine Mother, nurturing compassion and grace. It's like that's creation in both ways. There's going to be something that's being created. There's going to be something that is beginning. There's going to be something coming forward this week that is going to expand on our worlds. All right. Yeah, here, see, you can't make it up, right? New creations, creation, wings of light, becoming something new. There is something new coming forward. All right. And what's coming forward? Sacred breath and sound. What is that? Communication. Okay. And with that communication and with this becoming something new and with this grace and compassion and with this trust in the universe, seeing that ultimately we are in that paradise, we are fearless. Fearlessness, there's no such thing as obstacles, only things that will bring on achievement. All right. What is in the achievements? Abundance, prosperity, fortune, wealth, balance. All right. The ability to bring on stability and grateful optimism, the joyous view of the future. We got future vision right here, right? This is this is this is the rest of our lives. All right, hostilities, conflict, unrest. This is in reverse. I feel as if something from the past could be coming forward, which is ultimately going to be closing a massive chapter on conflicts and hostilities. All right. You could be forgiving people. You could be opening up doors to, you could be opening up a door to something that you once upon a time shut the door on. I feel as if when it comes down to it, this is going to be beautiful. All right. This is going to be beautiful. All right. Deep emotions, past life influences, unknown feelings. Like, I feel as if, like, there's going to be a lot of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beginnings full of nothing but joy and just and excitement and expansion and abundance. You know what I mean? Wow. That's some very powerful confirmation. This week is going to be bringing on something brand new. All right. Removing obstacles, right? Removing obstacles. The things that once upon a time were holding us back is no longer holding us back anymore because we are fearless. We understand that, yes, life is a mystery, but I feel as if we're starting to really discover the truth behind that mystery. All right, and it's going to be coming forward this week. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'll I'll pull a romance angel deck and then I'll pull a surrender card. And then, my friends, that is going to be your weekly reading. Okay. So let's see what we have in regards to the romance angel. Spirit, what do the angels want us to know for our greatest good? Let's see what we got here, Spirit. Romance angels, what do we need to know for our greatest good? You deserve love and engagement. Okay. Worth waiting for. All right. There's something coming forward that was worth waiting for. We're seeing that we deserve love. All right. And the love that is coming forward, my friends, is a love that will be bringing you towards engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay. So if you're with somebody, all right, becoming something new, maybe you're going to be getting engaged. Maybe if you're single, somebody's going to be walking into life, which is going to ultimately be your life partner. All right. Um, Whatever the case may be, my friends, love is in the air. So let's see what we should surrender this week to allow all this beautiful energy to come forward. All right, because we have to let go to allow things to come forward, right? So let's see exactly what we need to let go. That way we can welcome in whatever is meant to come in into our lives with nothing but love and light. Spirit, what do we need to surrender? What do we need to surrender, Spirit? All right. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis and in quiet, meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. All right. Surrender frustration. All right. So just surrender to inner peace. Whatever makes you frustrated, step away from it because frustration does not open any doors. All right. The key to resolving a dilemma or to solving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, regroup, so you may approach a situation more calmly and surrender your fear of change, okay? I feel as if there's something coming forward that will surprise us. I'm hearing, I'm hearing have an open mind and an open heart. So that there is your reading. All right. I hope y'all resonate. If you do know, I do personalized readings as well. All right. I do half-hour readings, I do hour readings. All right. You can reach out to me through my email, and that is intuitiverestore@gmail.com. All right. I'm always checking the email. And we can talk about details there. All right. You can also go on www.tarotnook.com. All right, tarotnook.com. You can go ahead and enter in your information. I'll get notification and I'll be able to give you whatever details you need in regards to making an appointment, and receiving your own personalized message. All right. So I'll talk to everyone later, and I hope everyone has a great week. All right. Happy July 4th.